Well, thank you, Chairman. Bore good morning, Confernce. What else can I say other than we did it? In Wales, there were only 4 MEP seats up for grabs. And if you would have spoken to each of the other parties before the election, each of them thought they were going to get it. Labour already had the seat and were confident about retaining it. The Conservatives were preparing everyone for a groundbreaking event of taking a second seat in Wales. Like Cymru, they believed all they had to do was turn up at the count and the seat was theirs. And the Liberal Democrats, what can I say about them? They were happy in their own little world. Even the BBC thought we would lose. We had very little coverage on the B during the campaign, plus the fact the other parties, including the Liberal Democrats, had 3 election broadcasts. We only had 1 in Wales. We received the same coverage as the Say No to EU party, formed only a few months before the election. Yet in the previous EU election, we received over 10% of the vote, and we beat the Lib Dems in that one as well. We were the 4 relations in the 2009 EU election campaign in Wales. But we had commitment. With a small band of dedicated support on the ground, minuscule funding and BBC bias, we shook the political world in Wales, and we did it. We got the seat. No more can UKIP be branded as a Little England party. We are truly a British party with supporters and members throughout the United Kingdom. I really must take a moment now to give thanks to well-deserving people. My first thanks must of course go to the people on the ground, who through years of setbacks and near misses never stopped believing in our cause, and that we could one day pull it off, as they worked tirelessly on our behalf, leafleting, canvassing throughout the whole of Wales. I sincerely must also thank Alan Bound. Alan, who provided most of the leaflets during the campaign, and just as importantly, supported UKIP Wales for years in the run-up to election, allowing us to switch. I must also say a big thank you to Nigel Farage and everyone at head office and all the teams around the country that supported us. Nigel has always believed in the people of Wales and the members on the ground, and that we could one day make a breakthrough here. His sheer determination and refusal to accept any of our setbacks as permanent inspired us and gave us the momentum to do the job. He has been there with encouragement and comfort when things went against us, and to share the celebrations, especially at the bar, when we succeeded. I must also point out here that we did receive some good media coverage from ITV Wales, the Western Mail and the Daily Post and local radio. ITV Wales were very fair to all the main parties, including ourselves in this election. This highlights the importance of the regional media. To balance the monopoly of the BBC and the need for adequate funding, ITV Wales and the other ITV regions must have support and funding. UKIP Wales, to me now, is a truly national party within Wales. We've got support in all 4 corners of the country. We are poised to make huge gains in the next general election. What is more, I am confident that we will take up our first seats in the Welsh Assembly following the elections in May 2011. Why can I be so confident? Well, because we are the only major party now in Wales to oppose the Welsh Assembly, a system of regionalisation forced upon us by Brussels and fully endorsed by each of the neighbouring parties. It is only UKIP Wales that can give the silent majority a voice. In 1997, the Labour government rushed in a referendum on devolution in order to show the EU what good Europeans they were. Most people did not vote. With a meagre turnout of just over 50%, the yes vote won the campaign with a narrow slip of majorities of less than 7,000. For for the whole of Wales. That means that only 1 in 4 people actually supported the Welsh Assembly. What kind of mandate is that? Now, originally the Conservative Party, they opposed the Welsh Assembly, but once they saw the benefits for the political classes, they soon came around. There are some 60 Assembly members at the moment, and each of them receive an annual salary of over £53,000, not including allowances and additional supplements. The 60 members cost taxpayers over £13 million in 2008-2009. Now, there are only 2.9 million people in Wales, and I, like each of them, now have a Unitary Authority Councillor, an MP, 5 Welsh Assembly members and 4 MEPs. Far too many politicians. Now, just prior to the referendum in '97 in Wales, Ron Davies, the then Welsh Secretary, went on record and told us that they would pay for the Welsh Assembly by getting rid of quangos. Yet more Labour lies. At present, the situation in Wales is dire. In my hometown in Powys, half the street lights are turned off in the evenings. Schools, public toilets and tourist information centres are closing on a regular basis. And it is my fear that over the next 3 years, we will see drastic cuts in frontline services throughout Wales. In my view, this is a direct result of taxpayers' burden of funding 60 Assembly members with all the add-on costs associated. The only thing the Welsh Assembly Government will do, will be girding in the next round, is cuts, cuts and cuts. The honeymoon the Assembly has enjoyed is well and truly over. They, however, will not get their hands dirty for this, as they will pass the cuts on to the local authorities, leaving councillors on the ground to deliver the cuts protecting the Assembly members in their ivory towers. We are starting to look like a third world country in Wales. Labour, Plaid, Lib Dems and the Tories all want more powers for the Assembly. It's only UKIP that say no to this. Now, the Welsh Assembly Government is wasting yet more money on a lavish building programme throughout Wales of mini parliaments, which include massive expenditure in Merthyr Tydfil, Aberystwyth and Llandudno. They are all funding also a propaganda campaign throughout Wales called the All Wales Convention, which is offering free gimmicks such as luxury nights out, curry evenings, tea dances, you name it, they're doing it, to attract the public, to engage them in dialogue as to whether the Assembly should have more powers. In my view, this is the Yes campaign funded by the taxpayer. It will be now left to UKIP to put forward the case against extra powers, or the need for additional 20 Assembly members required if extra powers are granted. No matter how many AMs we have, or how much power they are given, the people will not be any better off. We want power to return to the people on the ground, and the best way for this is by the councils regaining powers they have lost over decades, so the man and woman in the street can voice their problems and concerns to their local councillor, and if they get no joy there, their MP, and again, get them person voted out if they're unhappy. Already across Wales, hard choices are being made by councillors about slashing frontline services to the public. The Assembly Government has squandered the money in the good times, and through its quangos has seen mass funding investment from Objective 1 wasted on completely unrealistic and unsustainable projects. On Anglesey Day last month, the council announced they would have to close 2 of the 3 public swimming pools on the island. Yet in the same newspaper that the announcement was made, the council was advertising for 3 positions as European Development Officers with a combined wage of over £90,000 per year. More non-jobs for the boys. And once again, the man in the street suffers from misplaced loyalties and European meddling. As an MEP in the European Union version of democracy, I and 3 other Welsh MEPs represent an entire nation of 2.9 million people in an area of 8,000 square miles. I am one of 13 UKIP voices in a parliament of over 700 members, where we do not make the laws, we vote against, others but mainly vote for approval, and we've got limited powers to amend any bills. This is a pretense of democracy.